skill, but with new technologies like Google Translate, I can overcome that really easily.
I think this school is really incredible. There are so many people from all over the world, from so many cultures. I gain so many insights every day from being in contact with so many people from other cultures.
The main thing I like about BFSU is the diversity. There are students from so many countries, and there are some countries that I did not even know. And so, I come to know about the country, their culture, and the people from those countries. It's a good experience.
It's really fun. There hasn't been a night where I've laid in bed thinking, man, I should be back home. Every single day I've been enjoying my life here.
In our class we had Chinese students, including the international students. So everything was just not only international students, but we were in a class mixed with Chinese students. And we did almost everything together. We go out to have lunch, dinner. We share almost everything among ourselves, and it was just life.
The campus is really beautiful, and some of my friends who used to study in BFSU came back just to walk in the campus because it's just beautiful.
If you had to describe China or Beijing in one word, what would it be?
Convenient.
Humble?
Fast. Super fast. China is just so fast. I'm fascinated by it. I think more people should be bold to come to China.
The impression that I had before coming to China was very great.
sharing my culture with them, appreciate the time they're spending with me.
Immersion Week here in IBS is IBS exposes us to new companies and very developed companies.
And it's kind of we're applying our theoretical knowledge that we are receiving in class and we're applying them on practice.
I think after graduating from IBS, I'll be doing internships.
I'm planning to stay here.
I would have loved to work in China.
I never regret that I decided to come here to study.
The BFSU is really good place to study, and I recommended several of my friends to come here.
If you weigh the risks and opportunities, of course there are more opportunities here.
I would suggest to come here and have a great experience with all these beautiful people.
I can describe IBS as open-minded,
unforgettable,
lively.
I want to say journey.
It would be experience.
I think it's great. 很棒.
Hey guys, thank you for joining info session with BFSU IDS, and we have Miss Jing here from BFSU IDS, Beijing Foreign Studies University. So she will share more information about the programs available at BFSU and also about the scholarships and the Beijing and Foshan campus of BFSU. If you have any questions, feel free to leave your questions on the chat, and then we will discuss your questions at the end of the session.
Thank you so much, Nadia. And hello, everyone. Greeting from Beijing Foreign Studies University. I'm Jing, the Senior Regional Manager of International Business School. So today, I would like to share you some information about Beijing Foreign Studies University and most importantly, about the scholarship. So before we start, I want to give you some tips. If the Zoom value is too low, maybe you can check your system value first. And if there are any technology issue, please log out and log back in again. And as Nadia mentioned before, we have a Q&A session in the end of this presentation. So please feel free to ask us questions during the Q&A session. And please raise your hands if you have any question, or you can tap in the chatting box. And you're very welcome to follow us by social media, because we will have our latest information, latest notice on our social media. So let's start my presentation. Well, my presentation is about 4 parts. First, about us, some basic information about China and about BFSU. And second one is why we are so special. And the third one is about our program. The last part is about scholarship. So let's move to the first part. First, I want to give you some general information about China. China is the second largest economy in the world, though the top first is and the second one is China. And China is the second largest as a destination of FDI. That means many foreign countries invest in China, like they build many different companies, many different faculties in China. And meanwhile, we are the second largest inviting country. That means China also invests a lot of different companies all over the world. And the last part, but the most important part, is we are the second largest destination of international students, with the economy growing, we have more and more students who want to get their maybe bachelor or master in China to continue their higher education. So I would like to say study in China is not only about how many language or how many knowledge you can get, but it's also about how many experience you can get, because China is so big and the economy is booming. So it's worth to study to continue your education in China. And now I would like to give you some information about Beijing Foreign Study University, BFSU. So BFSU belongs to the Education Ministry directly, and we are one of the 211 project universities. 211 means the top 100 university in China. Well, you may see, wow, 100, that's a lot. But actually, there are more than 3,500 universities in China. So top 100 means the really top university in China. And people call us the cradle of diplomas, because if you go to the embassy and you ask the staff there, they might tell you they graduate from BFSU. And we were founded in 1941, which is even earlier than the Republic of China. And we are the first language study university in China. So here are some languages we taught in BFSU. So can you guess how many languages we have in BFSU? You can open your microphone or you can tap in the chatting area. You can just give a general guess, like how many language we have in BFSU. 30. Yeah, a good guess. Anyone else? Can't hear the voice. 40, 101. Wow, that's great. Yes, we have 101 languages being taught in BFSU. If if we add Chinese, so we will have 102 languages in BFSU. This will give you the advantage to pick up another language when you have free time, or when you are in holiday, or when you are in summer break. So, and we have many famous alumni graduates from BFSU, like we have Mr. Jing Liqun. He is the president of AIE. And last month, he gave our students a presentation, share his experience, share his ideas by Zoom meeting. And we also have Miss Yang Lan. She is a very famous actor in China, and she represents China to apply the Olympic Games. And we have many other famous alumni as well, like they are all very famous in their field, very successful in their field, like they work in the international cult, and they work as the journalist. And we also have many prime minister who study in BFSU, such as we have the prime minister from Malaysia, and he get his doctor degree in BFSU. I have one student, Ryu, who have questions. So do you mind me to continue my presentation and we do the Q&A session in the later? Okay, so I'll continue my presentation first. And now let me give you some information about my department, International Business School. So all the major is related to business, but you can choose the English taught program or the Chinese taught program. For example, if you are good at English, you can choose the English program. The most course will be launched in English. And if you're good at Chinese, you can choose the Chinese-based program. And we have a very internationalized faculty. Some of the professors are from foreign countries, and some of them are from China, but all of them have a very well-educated background. And our students are also from many different countries. Like if you study in ABS, you will find your classmates are from UK, US, Canada, or some Asia country like Korea, Indonesia, Malaysia. I would like to say 1 out of 3 are international students. And our satisfaction are number 2 in China. And the last point, but the most important point, is our graduates' first year salary is top 5 in China. You can find all this information online. BFSU is here. Number 5, and you can see our graduates, their first year salary is around 10,000. That's a lot, and maybe with your working experience you can get much higher than that. That means our students are very competitive and very popular when they graduate. Well, we have 2 campuses. One is in Beijing, the capital city, and another one is in Foshan, Guangdong province. Why we are choosing 2 different campus? Because China is very big, and the culture, the economy model is very different in China. So we choose 2 different campus. Maybe you can study bachelor in Beijing, continue your master in Foshan, something like that. We want to give you more experience during your study here. And I will give you some basic information about these 2 cities. First, about Beijing. So as we all know, Beijing is the capital city of China, and the culture here is like some traditional but with model, and the transportation, the public transportation here is very convenient, and the people here will speak Mandarin. So you can see this is the subway line of Beijing city, and this is the Tiananmen Square here, and it's the center of Beijing. And our campus is here, and you can see there are 3 subway lines here. It's very convenient. And you may say, wow, why Beijing have so many subway lines? That's really a lot. Actually, we have 22 already finished, and another 5 are under construction. The reason we have so many subway lines is because Beijing is really big. It's 20 times of New York, 27 times of Seoul, 155 times of Paris. If you put New York, Paris, London, Tokyo, Seoul together, Beijing is still 3 times bigger than all of them. So that's why we have so many subway lines. But you don't need worry about that, because as I mentioned before, the public transportation in Beijing is very convenient and very cheap. You can take the subway line, you can take the bus, you can take the taxi, or you can even ride the share bike. And like I mentioned before, Beijing have many traditional places, many history you can go to visit, like the Forbidden City, the Great Wall. And we also have many modern places that you can visit, like Sanlitun, Taiguli, or the Sports Center. And you can try many different, very delicious food in Beijing. And let's move to our Foshan campus. Foshan campus is located in Guangdong province. It's very close to Hong Kong, to Zhejiang, to Hangzhou, to Shenzhen, and to Macau. It's like the transportation center. And Foshan is the top 10 cities to do business there, because many high technology companies are located in Foshan, like Huawei, Meidi, Oppo, Vivo. They all located in Foshan. They all have their company in Foshan. And the culture there is like Lingnan culture. It's quite different with Beijing. And people speak Cantonese there instead of Mandarin. This is Foshan New City. You can see the buildings are very modern and new. Our campus is located in Foshan New City. It's here. And there are many famous buildings surrounded our campus, like the sports center. Many actors, singers do their shows in the sports center. And the Riverside Park is only 15 minutes by work. Many students go to there do the morning exercise. And Foshan is the hometown of Chinese Kung Fu. Ye Wen, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, and Huang Feihong, their hometown is in Foshan. So if you are interested in Chinese Kung Fu, it's a better choice to go to Foshan. And let's move to part two. What's special? What's unique? So this is a picture shows you some details about the salary. You can see the blue button is ABS student and the red one is the average level. Our students major in finance, in economy and trade, and the business administration can get much higher salary when they graduate than when compared with the average level. And I think there are two more reasons why our students are very popular or are very competitive when they graduate. The first one is about the faculty. We have a very professional faculty. You can see some of them are foreign teachers, some of them are Chinese teacher, but they all have overseas study background. They maybe work in some international universities, or maybe they do some research in the different countries. We have Mr. Luca, like she is graduate from Harvard University, and Karen, she also from Harvard University. I also see another student either raise hands. Do you mind me to finish my presentation first? Maybe you can write down your question and we can do the Q&A session in the end of my presentation. Okay, thank you so much. And let's back to my presentation. And we have many cooperations with some very famous universities. So this will give you the opportunity to maybe do the exchange program in another country for 1 semester or 1 year. Like you can transfer to another school, like the as an exchange student for in maybe UK, US, Australia. So we will help you to finish the application, and you don't need to pay the extra tuition fee. And now I will show you some picture about our campus. First is about our Beijing campus. This one is the sports center. It's very big. And this is the Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's my favorite place. I nearly go to swim every day. And in the sports center, you will have gym, and you will have basketball room, you will have ping pong room, you will have kung fu room. You can do any exercise in the sports center. And except the sports center, we have two playground. So you can do maybe play football or volleyball in the playground. And this is our library. It's also a very famous building in Beijing. So you can see many characters outside, but actually they have the same meaning, library, but in different language. So if you study in BFSU in the future, you can go to our library and to find your hometown language there. And this is about our dormitory in Beijing. There are 4 buildings for international students. So you can choose the single room or 2 people room or 3 people room. So it depends on your requirement. And the fee is from 30 yuan to 90 yuan per day, depends on the different type of room. And now let's move to our Foshan campus. Foshan campus was built in 2015, so it's very new and modern. And it's like the Twin Tower, very similar to Malaysia one. And on the top is the accommodation, and the middle is the classroom. The first the second floor is a big cafeteria, and the ground floor is the supermarket and the shopping mall and the subway station. So it's very convenient there. And this is our finance room, the library. And we want our international students' life more colorful, so we make the teaching floor in different colors each floor. And this is the classroom, and this is the big cafeteria in the second floor. You can see many sofa there. You can eat your lunch, or you can do the group discussion, or you can just relax there. Very convenient. And about the dormitory in Foshan, there are two different types of room. First one is 4 people apartment. You will have your single bedroom, but share a big living room, a kitchen, and 2 restaurants with another 3 students. And we also have the traditional Chinese style 5 people apartment. You will live with another 4 students together, but all the electric equipment you will have is a kind of similar with the 4 people apartment. And except the faculty, and the number 2 reason is about our immersion week. We don't want our students only sit in the classroom. We want them to go outside to see what is the real business like, to put the theory into practice. So we have immersion week each semester, and during this 1 week, you will visit 4 to 6 different companies, and you will do case study there. Like we visit Google, we visit iQIYI, the Chinese version of YouTube, and Baidu and Huawei. And in 2019, a Malaysia student find a job when he visits iQIYI, because that time iQIYI want to get their business in Malaysia, so they want this kind of student or this kind of staff to help them. And except the high technology company, we also visit some traditional company like Yanjin Pijiu, a beer company, or we visit some like design company, some computer game company. We want to give students more idea about which career they want to focus on. So during the immersion week, you can see our students have the opportunity to sit in the meeting room and discuss with the high management team. And many students use this opportunity to find intern or find job, because you will get the email or because you can get the contact from the business directly. And if you want to find a intern or find a job, you can just send your CV to that company. And except the teaching part, we also organize many activities for students during their study in BFSU. Like we have Olympic Games each year, and we have welcome party each semester. And we have international culture festivals every year as well. Because the pandemic, this year we organized the international culture festival online, and we also celebrate some different New Years. Like we celebrate Khmer New Year, we celebrate Malaysian New Year, have many activities in campus. And we also have many student union. Like if you are good at sports, please feel free to join them. And we create many activities to make some link between our international students with the Chinese local family. We have a homestay. You can stay with the Chinese family. You can live with the Chinese family without paying any accommodation fee. But maybe you need to teach the children English or teach the children mathematics. And if you want more private space, you can join the extended. You don't need to live in the Chinese family, but you can go out like to go to the restaurant or maybe go hiking with the Chinese family during the holiday. And some students may ask me, how about the life in China? And I would like to use some time to give you more idea about how well the life be if you study in China. And before I start, I want to ask the question, how many students have visited China before? If you visit China, please tap 1 in the chatting box. 1, 2, 3. 3 students, 4. No. Okay, thank you so much. Another one, 5. 2. 2 means no. No before 2. Okay, thank you. So some students may visit China before and some may not. Now I will use a short movie to give you more idea about the convenient life in China.
Hot, hot, hot. China's buzzwords. 中国热词.
China prides itself on the 四大发明, or the 4 great inventions: the printing press, paper, the compass, and gunpowder. But now a new term has come along: 新四大发明, or the new 4 great inventions.
High-speed rail, mobile payment, bike sharing, and e-commerce.
It's fair to say that China's high-speed rail network, the longest such network in the world at more than 22,000 kilometres, is incredible. It's easy to understand why, as of 2016, there have been some 5 billion passenger trips since the high-speed rail debuted in 2008. Now, seeing as travel times have been reduced to a matter of hours, I've decided to escape the Beijing winter chill, travel hundreds of kilometres to the south of China to tropical Yunnan to go feed the pigeons. I'll be there before dinner.
不去云南，我们就去天津，不到30分钟就到了。
But that's okay. What are we going to do there?
我们到那儿就立刻再坐回来，还得回去干活呢。
Thanks to the development of China's mobile payment industry by third-party payment platforms, the country is moving ever closer to a cashless society. I could literally spend an entire day without the need for any cash, thanks to mobile payment. Whether that's
taking a taxi, or buying a snack, or topping up your electricity, or buying a snack, or recording a song, or buying a snack, or renting a bike, or even buying a snack.
And now there are even cashless supermarkets where you can only buy things using your phone.
那我们进去吧。
No battery.
China has more than 30 bike-sharing companies, providing a green, cheap and convenient form of travel to millions of commuters every day.
No, Stu, you're going to need an app to unlock that. With an app on your phone. Yeah, go download it. Yep, off you go.
Shared bikes have become almost indispensable for people looking to travel short distances quickly and cost around 1 yuan per journey.
No, Stu, you need to verify your ID on the app first for insurance and security purposes, so that everyone is safe. Go on, yeah, off you go.
And thanks to an innovative Chinese business model relying entirely on GPS technology, it's never been easier to rent a ride.
Oh, don't worry. There's plenty more around here somewhere.
China's e-commerce industry and the logistics industry that operates alongside it is the stuff of dreams.
司徒。
Sorry. With around 731 million internet users, the internet is quite literally driving economic growth in China. Now in 2016, online shopping grew at a rate of 26.2%, generating some 5.16 trillion yuan, and absolutely everything you need can be bought online and often delivered to you within 24 hours, from fresh food, clothing, electronics, exercise equipment, useless crap, and everything. This, combined with amazing logistics, means it's easier than ever to do all of your shopping from the comfort of your desk, your living room, or even the toilet. Ugh.
There is, of course, one negative. When the delivery guy calls, if you're in the office, you need to go downstairs and collect your delivery in person, which is fine. But if everyone else knows you've got a delivery...
Oh, okay.
司徒，我有一个快递在西门。
OK
来捎快递好吗？帮我拿一下快递呗。帮我拿一下快递。
拿一下快递，快点。
新四大发明。
But now a new invention.
Okay, so thanks for the technology, and the life in China is very convenient, and we call it cashless because we can use our phone to pay the bills, to pay the in the restaurant or take taxi, anything you can do with your phone. Like we can pay in the car parking, we can pay in the supermarket, restaurant, or we can just touch in the machine on the bus and it can pay for the bill. It's very convenient. And we can also use our phone to order the food. So if you are hungry, just call Waimai food delivery, and it's very fast, around 20 minutes. When you make the order, and it will arrive maybe in just 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And the biggest advantage if you order online is you can get red package. It's much more cheaper than you order in the restaurant. And except you can use your phone to make the payment or order food, there are some other functions that we can use our phone to finish. WeChat is a kind of app similar to WhatsApp, but WeChat has more function than just the chatting. So you can use your phone to order the taxi, to book flights, or to book the railway, and you can book the hotel, and you can also order the home service. You can pay the electric, or you can pay the water bills. You can do anything, nearly anything with your bill, with your phone. And there is another function like the sleep bill. For example, if you go out with some of your friends to eat in a restaurant, and you pay the bill together, and you just need to tap the number and how many people are there, and then the WeChat will slip the bill automatically. Everyone will know how many they need to pay to you. And our Chinese people like red package very much, especially during the Spring Festival. But so far, we don't need to give cash to the young generation. We can send red package instead of using cash. So we always see that with your mobile phone in hand, everything is in hand. And the third one is about the sharing economy. As the video showed before, so we have shared bike, which is very convenient and cheap. What you need to do is download an app, and then you just scan the QR code here, and then you just can ride this bike. And except the sharing bike, we have many other sharing economy, like the sharing umbrella, like sharing book, and sharing power bank. If you have no battery, you can, we have the power bank nearly in every restaurant. So you can, if you don't have battery when you are go out, you can just scan the QR code here, and then you will have the power bank. And we also have the sharing car as well. And the third part is about online shopping. The online shopping, I would like to say you can buy nearly everything you want online. For example, if in the past, if we want to go to another country, we need SIM card, and we have to go to the SIM card company to create one. But now we can online, and it will arrive maybe in 3 days. So it's very convenient, and the logistic is very fast when you finish order. Like 2 weeks ago, I ordered some yogurt online, and I ordered in maybe around 8 p.m. But the next day, I got it around 10 a.m. So it's very fast. And another advantage is that you can get your refund without any reason in 7 days. Like if you buy a clothes but you don't really like it, you just can say I don't like it and get your refund. So the process of do the online shopping is very easy and fast. You just put what you want to buy in your phone and finish the payment, and the delivery guy will call you. But if you are not in your apartment, you can ask him to put it in Fengchao. Fengchao is a very big box outside the apartment, and the delivery guy will put your stuff in one box and send a code to your phone. And when you finish your study or when you finish your work, you just go to this machine and enter the code, and then you will get your stuff. And online shopping also creates many different festivals. It's very different with the traditional festival like Christmas or like Spring Festival. It's shopping festival, like we have a single day 11/11 and 12/12, and we have 6/18 and 8/18. So in this shopping festival, we will have a very big discount if you buy the stuffs online, and it's also create many job opportunities for people here. And the last one is about the high speed railway. So you can see in 2008, we only may have 3 or 4 high speed railway, but in 2018, you can go nearly anywhere by taking the high speed railway. So you may ask me why we take the high speed railway instead of the flight. I'll give you an example. So take Beijing and Shanghai, for example. If we want to fly from Beijing to Shanghai, it's around 2 hours, and it's around 2.5 hours, and the price is from 5,000, around 6,000 to 600 to 900 RMB. And if you take the high-speed railway, it's around 5 hours, and the price is 550. So you can see it's much cheaper than the flight. But the time is a kind of similar with the flight, because the airport is very far from the city center. It takes times from your home to the airport station, and you have to maybe arrive at least 1 hour before the security check, right? You need a lot of time to do the security check. But if you take the high-speed railway, the station is really in the city center, and you don't really need that long time to finish the security check, because what you do is just scan your ID, and then you can finish the security check. And the most important reason, I think, is if you take the high-speed railway, it's very comfortable. Like if you take the flight, you can just have the food which they serve you. But if you take the high-speed railway, you can order the food. We have a QR code on our seat. You just need to scan the QR code, and then you can order the food. Like you can order Starbucks, you can add KFC, you can order whatever you want, and then you will pick it in the next stop. It's very convenient. And normally in the high-speed railway, it will have much more space than in the flight, and you will see the different views when you are traveling. And except the new four inventions, now in China we have a smart living, like we have unmanned supermarket, and we have unmanned restaurant, we have smart hotel. So everything you do is maybe with AI or just with your phone. So this is a very famous hot pot in China named Haidilao. You can say in the past, the staff have to work in the restaurant to prepare the meals, but now AI can do it. The robot can do it. You can see it prepare the vegetables for the canteen. It's very fast and save a lot of space, right? And it's a kind of same in our campus. We have smart campus as well. So because the pandemic, we build this gate, and you just need to scan your face, then you can enter the campus, enter into the campus. And about the swimming pool, you just need to scan your car, and we have electric temperature. So you just need to scan your face, and we will have your temperature automatically on the screen. So if use only one word and to describe the life in China, I would like to say convenient. If I can use two words to describe the life in China, I would like to say convenient and safe. So in China, we have a traditional, we also encourage our young generation to read thousands of books and to travel thousands of miles, because these two ways will give you a much broader horizons. And about number 3, our programs. We have a bachelor program, master program, certificate, and language. So for bachelor program, it's all available in English and in Chinese. You can choose, depends on your requirement. And for master program, we have international business, finance, and MBA. International business is available in Chinese and English, but finance and MBA is only available in Chinese now. And if you don't want to do the degree program, you can do the non-degree program like the certificate or the language study. The certificate is from 1 semester to 1 year. You can focus on Chinese business study or e-commerce in China, and it's available online and offline. So for language, if you want to practice or improve your Chinese, you can choose the Chinese program. And for some students, maybe they cannot meet the entry requirement, they can take the international foundation first. And here are more details about the program. So for bachelor study, it's 4 years, no matter in Chinese or in English. This is the tuition fee. And for English taught bachelor, it's available in spring intake and fall intake. Fall intake normally starts at September, and spring intake normally starts at March. And this is the entry requirement, basic entry requirement. First, you have to graduate from high school. And for English program, you have to get IELTS 6.0 or equivalent level, like you have TOEFL or you are in the international high school. You study in English when you are in high school. And for Chinese program, you had to get HSK 4 for Foshan campus, but HSK 5 in Beijing campus, because in Beijing campus, you study with the Chinese student together. So you have to get a very strong Chinese skill. And because the pandemic, some students are very hard. It's very hard for the student to find or to take the IELTS or HSK test. So in this year, if you cannot take the IELTS or HSK, it's absolutely fine because you can take our exam, and China admission will help us to finish the exam. And for master degree, it's 2 years, and this is a tuition fee. Master degree is only available in fall semester. So I have to mention that the application for semester will close very soon. The deadline is 15th of June. That means 15th next month. So if you have interest, please contact us, contact China Admission as soon as possible. Okay, back to master study. So for master, the basic entry requirement is you have to graduate from university, right? And for English, you have to get L 6.5 or above. For Chinese, you have to get HSK 6. For foundation, it's half year, and this is the tuition fee. It's available in September and full intake. It's prepare students. It's like the pre-university course. And for general Chinese, it's from half year to 1 year, depends on students' requirement. And it's also available in spring and fall intake. And these are the application documents, like your passport, your parents' passport. If your parents don't have passport, you can use their ID, and recommendation letter, graduate certificate, or your transcript. So if you are interested, contact us as soon as possible, and we will send the application to you and assist you to finish the application. And the last part, but the most important part, scholarship, because we really understand it's very difficult for students to continue their study, especially in the pandemic. So we have many financial support to excellent students to help them to finish their bachelor or master here. Please note, the scholarship is only available for the degree study. Degree study means bachelor and master. So for language and for foundation, there is no scholarship. And nowadays in China, there are 3 different kinds of scholarships. First one is Chinese government scholarship, like CSC, right? Chinese government scholarship, or Silk and Road scholarship. This kind of scholarship includes tuition fee, your living fee, and accommodation. But these kinds of scholarships, students have to apply themselves from the embassy. And the second one is the provincial scholarship. The third one is school scholarship. These 2 is tuition fee based. For example, if you get 100% scholarship, that means you don't need to pay any tuition fee. And these 2 kinds of scholarship, we will help students to apply. You don't need to apply yourself. You just need to send documents to us, and we will help you to apply. And the scholarship policy in Beijing and Foshan is different because Beijing is very competitive. So the scholarship is for first year, and in second year, you have to reapply. Like in year 2, you have use year 1's academic performance to reapply. But in Foshan, it's 4 year. Or it's 2 year. Like if you study bachelor there and you got 100% scholarship in Foshan, that means you don't need to pay any tuition fee during your 4-year study in Foshan. That's very helpful that's a very big support, financial support for international students. And it's a kind of same for master study. So for master in Beijing, it's the first year, and in year 2, you have to reapply. But in Foshan, it's 2 year. If you get 100% tuition fee free scholarship, that means you don't need to pay any fee for your any tuition fee for your master study. And in Foshan campus master program, if you are super excellent, we can also help you to apply financial support for accommodation. I mean, if you can back to China. So I really want to encourage students to apply scholarship. And if you want to start your education, please do it as soon as possible, because with the increasing number of international students who want to study in China, the scholarship, especially the CSA, increasing a lot. Like in the past, seats for our students, but no, we don't have any seats, and it's a kind of thing in other universities. In the past, we have a lot of CSC seats, but now we don't have. So we think we believe the scholarship policy will be more strict in the future. So we encourage students, if you have interest, please do it as soon as possible. And these are the requirements for apply scholarship. First one is about your academic performance. You should get it should get above 80 out of 100, or your GPA should above 3.2 out of 4. But this is just some normal transcript. If you have some special transcript, or if you have some special grading system, you can send us, and we will remark your GPA to make it a kind of to match it to our scholarship requirement. And if you have recommendation letter from the principal or from the academic office, that will be helpful for you to get the scholarship. And if you have some kind of certificate like the volunteer, or you win some kind of competition, so it will also help you to get much more financial support. And you can get much more information on our website, like the accommodation, like the syllabus, like the curriculum. And this is our email. You can contact us. And don't forget to follow us by social media. And if you want to start your application, please contact China Admission as soon as possible. They are very professional, and they are very helpful. For example, because we are only our major is only related to business. If you are interested in other business, you can also contact China Admission to help you to finish the application. Okay, thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation, and let's move to Q&A session.
Thank you, Ms. Jing, for the presentation about BFSU programs. And then, yeah, I can help to mention some of the questions here so we can discuss it together.
Yeah.
So I think the first one is, I'm 52 years old. Do I qualify for full scholarships, or maybe is there like an age limit to apply for the programs at BFSU?
Can I ask which program do you want to apply for, bachelor or master?
Yeah, I think another student have the question. Oh yeah, it's for masters. And another student have the question about it as well, about the age requirement for masters.
Okay, thank you. So for master, I suggest that if you are under 32, it will very helpful for you to apply the scholarship. But if you are older than 32, you still have chance, but maybe you cannot get 100% scholarship, but we will try our best to help you.
So another question from the student is, let me check. So it's actually about the MBA program, but I think this is referring to the Masters in International Business program offered at BFSU. So a student is asking whether it's only available in Chinese.
Well, for master study, we have international business in both in English and in Chinese. So if you are good at English, I suggest you to choose international business. Because in international business, there is some electric course which may relate to international business or which may relate to finance. So if you are also interested in finance, maybe you can choose international business as your major, but select the course related to finance.
Oh, and then we have another interesting question from Mahgul. Can a student studying biology as a major in the high school, grade 11 and 12, apply for bachelor in business? And then is IELTS or TOEFL is necessary for admission?
Okay, thank you. Yes, we accept all majors in high school to apply for bachelor study because the knowledge you get in high school is really limited. So even if some students study business in high school, but maybe they don't add mathematics, so they cannot do very well in their bachelor study. But some students maybe study in biology or engineering in their high school, but they're good at math, so they can also get a very high score when they study business as their bachelor study. And about the IELTS is like that. In the past, the IELTS is the basic requirement, but this year, because the pandemic, you don't really need to take the IELTS because it's very hard for students to find IELTS and take IELTS. So you can take our exam, our English exam instead of IELTS.
Another question from Lily is working experience required to apply for master's program?
No.
No, so students can apply even without working experience. And
yes,
I think another question from Esther, and this is also something very important. When is the application deadline for applying to BFSU?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, this is a very important information. So the application deadline is, let me write here. June 15th. So we have, if you interested, we have to do it as soon as possible.
Yes, definitely, because there's not much time left. It's only like 3 weeks to 15th of June.
Yeah.
And then another question is still related to the English certificate. So we have Charles here that will attend IELTS exam on the 14th of August. So it's gonna be late because his IELTS exam would be after the application deadline. So can he still apply for the programs?
Okay, thank you. So I suggest in this way, I suggest you take our English test because we have to finish application before June. We cannot wait for August. So you can take our English test first and then still prepare for the IELTS.
And another question, I think it's related to the program because there are so many questions here from the students asking whether BFSU have accounting program or maybe digital marketing program. So perhaps Ms. Jing can go back to the program page and then show it to the audience again. So students are clear that these are the programs that will be offered with BFSU, and these are all going to be offered in English as well.
Yes. So for bachelor study, we have e-commerce, international marketing, international finance, international business, Chinese business study, and international economy and trade. So in each different branches, you will have different courses. Like in Chinese business study, you will study Chinese law, and you will study negotiation. Like in international economy and trade, you will study cross-cultural communication and international negotiation. Like in international finance, you will study some kind of skills or maybe some kind of software related to analysis data. So it's quite different, but I think it's cover all of the things related to business. If you want to get the details like which courses you are studying in each different majors, you can contact us. Contact the China admission, and we will send you the detailed syllabus, so you will see which major contains what kinds of courses.
Great. So another question still related to the programs, because BFSU have two campuses, one in Beijing and another one is Foshan. Does this mean that all programs are available in both Beijing and Foshan campus?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because Foshan is a new campus. So all this program is available in Beijing, but in Foshan, now for bachelor, we have international marketing and international business and international economy and trade. These three majors in English. And for Chinese, we have international marketing and international business, only two in Chinese taught program available in Foshan, and for master degree in Foshan campus, only international business available.
Right, so guys, please remember, if you want to apply to Foshan campus, then the bachelor's program that are available are international marketing, international business, and international economics and trade, and also masters in international business. So for the other programs, it's going to be available only in Beijing campus.
Yes, that's right.
So I think, yeah, there's another question here. Sorry, wait. Yeah, so what about, still from Manko, what about students who want to apply bachelor's program, but they haven't taken the final exam yet, and then they wouldn't get the result before July or August? Can we apply, or should we wait until next year?
Yes, that's a really good question as well. My answer is yes, you can apply, because the pandemic, some country even cancel the final national exam. So that's why we can accept the students who don't have the final national exam result. You can use your previous high school result to apply. You can use your year 10 plus year 11 plus year 12 transcript to apply instead of the national exam. You don't really need to wait for another year, because it's quite waste a lot of time.
Definitely. So, if regarding the English certificate requirements, so if the student come from a country where English is the official language, and then do they still need to take English examination, or maybe BFSU's English examination?
No, they don't.
So what kind of documents they should provide?
If they can get the certificate, if they can get a school mention that, like English is our official language, or English is our teaching language, that will be perfect. But if you feel very hard to get this kind of certificate, we can also find this kind of information online, and we will write a report to university, and you don't need to prepare the certificate.
Awesome. So another question. I think the audience is very, very excited today, because there are so many questions about BFSU programs. So the next question is, if I apply for a master's degree scholarship, is it possible for me to learn Chinese language while taking the master's in English program? Or maybe I can learn Chinese like 6 months and then start my master's the next year?
Yes, very good question. I found today's audience very smart, and they have their ideas, and they want to know more, and they find the key point. So the Chinese is included in our program. We will have 4 to 6 hours to study Chinese each week. You will have the oral Chinese, and you will have the intensive Chinese, and you will have the Chinese culture as well. So even if you are in the English program, you will study Chinese in our university. But if you still want to improve your Chinese beside this 6 week, maybe you can choose another Chinese course.
So another question, let me check. Oh, for applying, I believe this is for master's program. So if I want to apply for master's in BFSU, should I get the acceptance letter from the supervisor before applying? And what if the supervisor doesn't respond to my email?
Yeah, for master degree, you have to get 2 recommendation letter, and is required. And if your professor don't reply your email, I suggest found some other professors to prepare a recommendation for you, or we can prepare other documents first. But the recommendation letter is required. 2 recommendation letter is required for apply master.
Yeah, but just so it's clear, the 2 recommendation letters should came from the professors at their previous university, right, where they study bachelor.
Yes.
And what if they are not able to get the recommendation letters from the professors? Can it be changed to the recommendation letters from the boss, maybe from the employer?
Oh, if they have the working experience, yes, they can.
So another interesting question is about the job opportunities. But yeah, Kofi is asking, are there job opportunities for students who wish to work in China after studying their master's program?
Oh, a really good question. Some students, they found their in year 2. Like I have a Cambodian student who studied in Foshan campus. Actually, we have 10. I remember last year, 3 Cambodian students find intern in Guangzhou, and they work in Amazon, and they work 4 days a week, but they can get 5,500 RMB per month. That's very high. So there are a lot of opportunities, job opportunities here. And I have a student from United States. He is his year 2 in master study, and he also find an intern here. Because as I mentioned before, we have some kind of relationship with the companies. So it's much easier for students to find intern. But if you want to find intern and or job, my suggestion is please practice your Chinese, because Chinese is still very important when you want to find intern or want to find job in China. But there are lots of opportunities.
Definitely. So I check here. I think Tauhid is raising his hand. Tauhid, if you'd like to ask your questions, I think you can unmute yourself and then ask your questions.
I thought one student raised hands, TA.
Yeah. Is there another students that raising their hand? But yeah, otherwise there is another question from Margot. Is it possible that if we get admitted to the Beijing campus and then we transfer to Foshan the next year and then complete their degree there?
Yes, absolutely, yes. And this year we have 2 students who studied their bachelor in Foshan and they want to transfer to Beijing. Yes, absolutely, you can.
Yeah, like, is there any maybe specific criteria to it, or students can just mention to BFSU that they want to transfer and then it will be processed right away?
And we will check their transcript first because we have to make sure the course they study in another campus is they pass the course. If they don't pass the course, they maybe have to retake the course in the new campus. Or if they miss too much course, maybe can't study. They have to study one more semester, something like that.
Okay. There's actually another question from Idris Sakil here. I think he already submitted his application and emailed BFSU. For I think it's regarding his application because he applied to BFSU program in their Foshan campus, and now he's waiting for a response from BFSU. So I think for this case, Idris, you can send another email to BFSU or let us know your email address so Miss Jing here can check after the session.
Yeah, or maybe you can send your application number in the chatting box, so it's easy for me to check your application because there are many students applicate online. So if you have your application number, it's easy for me to find your application and the response as soon as possible.
Let me check. I think another question here from Nasi Nyama. Is there a chance for me to study Chinese even if the language of instruction is English when in China? So I think Ms. Jing has mentioned about this, which is a very special thing about BFSU program. So if you can share it again about the opportunity of studying Chinese.
Yes, we have Chinese course in the English taught program. So like from year 1 to year 4, you will have 4 to 6 hours to study Chinese each week. So for example, some of our students, they have 0 Chinese when they start year 1, but when they graduate, they can get HSK 5. So you will study Chinese here in the university, even you are in the English taught program.
Okay, so we are down to the last 3 questions because time is running out. And this the question from Dio Coslos. Do you guys send the letter format by email or directly to the professor, or can I provide the one I already have? I think he's referring to the recommendation letter. Is there like a specific format?
Yes, we have a specific format, but due to the pandemic, we don't really think the professor maybe have time to rewrite one, so it's not that strict. If you already have the recommendation letter from the from the professor, you can send it to us directly, use your previous one. But if you still have time to prepare a new one, you can follow our format.
Okay. I think it's pretty much clear now. So is there no other questions? I think there's probably no other questions. So is asking for the email address. So Miss Jing, do you share your email address or?
Yeah, I think you can contact Nadia directly, and and Nadia will contact us because Nadia is very professional and they cooperate with us for many years, and they will answer your question very fast and clear.
Okay, so for Idris, I think for your case, you can email your application number to me, then I'll send your inquiry to Miss Jing, so then we can have to follow up as well. And yeah, guys, don't forget the deadline is basically in the next 3 weeks is in June 15, and these are all the programs offered by BFSU IBS.
Yeah. And I saw one student raising hands. You can unmute your microphone. Yeah.
Hello, can you get me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I asked the question to say I am currently in China studying civil. Okay, I'm done with my civil engineering. I'm graduating this June, so I'm to apply for a master's degree scholarship. So I was asking, does the scholarship cover tuition fee, accommodation, and also do they provide stipends if possible?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So about the scholarship, as I mentioned before, so the one you mentioned is CSC, so which covers tuition, living fee, and accommodation. So that one you have to apply from the embassy, from your country's embassy yourself. But I think you don't really have time if you want to apply this year because I think CSC has already finished. And
Hi guys, can you still hear me? I think. Hi, Miss Jing, are you there? Because I think we're not able to hear your voice. So yeah. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions later, especially about non-business related programs, because the one offered at BFSU are mainly business programs like international business, international marketing, and then e-commerce, masters in international marketing, and also if you have any other inquiries about non-business related programs, you can check on our platform. I'll be sharing the link again on the chat box over there, and then you can send an email to us as well if you have any questions. And yeah, I think probably the connection isn't good or something for Miss Jane because we're not yet able to hear her. Oh yeah, hi Miss Jane, we can see your text. Okay, so let's wait for Miss Jing to come back. I think she'll come back very soon to basically give you the final information about the scholarship offered by BFSU. And mainly, I think the one important note, especially if it's for a CSE scholarship, Chinese government scholarship, if you want to apply for September 2021 intake, then the application deadline actually has passed because it was in like at the end of March. So at the moment, there is no more scholarships that there's no more Chinese government scholarships that you can apply for because the deadline has passed. But there are other type of scholarships that you can apply for example, BFSU scholarships. They have scholarships for bachelor's and master's program that you can still apply for, and then the deadline would be in the next 3 weeks. Yeah, more or less 3 weeks. It's gonna be in a June 15, but don't wait until the last minute to apply because it's gonna be very hectic. So it's best for you to finish your application as soon as possible. So while waiting for Miss Jing to rejoin, I think for Gibson, you raise your hand. You can unmute yourself and like can cover some questions while waiting for Miss Jing to join.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just want to find out. I'm currently studying computer science masters in the UK, so I just want to find out if there is any PhD degree at at your university that is offering. a PhD degree in information technology, information systems. Just want to find out.
Yes, there are PhD in information technology program or like PhD in computer science program available, but since BFSU doesn't provide this program, you can check our platform for this program. I will share the link on the chat box down there, so you can just check it and then go to our platform. Then you can type the keyword of the program you want to apply for, and then you can find the PhD in computer science or in IT that you plan to apply. And then for scholarships, we have another questions from Dio Caslos here. Can I apply to these scholarships through China Admissions? Yes, you can apply to BFSU scholarships through China Admissions for sure. Okay, maybe one last questions from Ayat here who raised your Ayas Khan who raised your hand. You can unmute yourself. Sorry, I think I clicked the wrong button.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. Hi Ayas.
Hi.
Do you have
How are
any
you?
questions?
Yes, I want to know how to get a scholarship. I'm
Do you mean the BFSU scholarship?
no.
Yeah, so I think we have Miss Jing back, and this is the final question because we don't have much time left. So Miss Jing, perhaps you can share again the scholarship information and BFSU and how students can apply for it.
Hi, Nadia and everyone. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So for the scholarship, you have to prepare the documents first. You have to prepare the application first, like here, like your passport, your transcript, your diploma, and your personal statement, recommendation letter. But the most important is your transcript. If you want to make sure how many percentage you can get, you can send us your transcript first, and then I will check how many percentage you may get. So it may be much easier for you to make the final decision. So in short, send us your transcript first.
Great. Yeah, so don't forget, guys, these are the list of documents you need to prepare, and the application deadline is coming up real soon. So don't wait and use the time now to prepare for your application, then finish your application as soon as possible. So I think
Yes.
we reached the end of the meeting today. Ms. Jing, do you have anything you would like to add?
I think that's all, and thank you so much for all the audience. You are very active, and I think you may have many questions still, but you can contact Nadia for more information, and we will here to help you as so much as we can. And don't forget, please do it as soon as possible because we don't really have time.
Right, yeah, so thanks everybody again for joining this info session with BFSU. We look forward to seeing your application and also to seeing you join BFSU to study your degree programs and business. So yeah, if you have any other questions, you can either contact BFSU on that's the email address, or you can also contact Channel Admissions on the email address provided in the chat bar as well. And yeah, we'll see you on the next event then.
Okay, thank you. And one more thing, if you contact us directly, please mention that you get the information from China Admission.
Thanks,
Okay.
Miss Jing, for the referral. So yeah, thanks everybody again for joining this online event. We hope it's useful and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you, Nadia. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Miss Jing.
Bye.
Bye bye.